in golf courses like Sunday.
New York's not doing anything.
No, because they probably realize when wave 2 happens and shit gets all crazier and we're still in lockdown, you'll be able to thank them.
G. Karen, I'm sorry I forgot to unmute us, but now you can hear us, so it should be fine. So again, I'll do that one more time. Welcome, everybody. We're glad to have you here. Joe's drunk.
No, we've got nothing. Well, now we got something. Out for one can.
It's a tall boy.
Doesn't matter. It's still one can.
What's the ABV on it?
I think it was like
one can.
8.
8? That's pretty good.
8% alcohol volume.
Okay, and how many servings is on it?
I think it is like actually 1 since it is like a big ass. Serving size 5 OC 4 to 3/4 serving. Yeah, I'm having more than.
You can't even word right now.
Wait, 3/4 of a serving?
4 3/4 serving.
4 3/4 serving.
What?
What kind of measurement is that? Why don't you just
America?
How about you point the can towards the camera so we can actually read it? Because
tiny ass as fuck. Like look.
Yeah, we're not.
And it's like all black, so you can't really.
We can't fucking read that. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, welcome everybody.
So it's like 4 servings with 3/4 in it.
How's that 4 servings?
To 5
there's no way that's 4 servings.
That's now 4 servings. I don't believe that's 4 servings.
Dude, it's saying that right there.
Dude, you know how
serving.
If you get a regular can of beer, which is the size of his soda can, that's a serving. That's a beer size. That's a regular can of beer.
Saying that.
So if you put two of those together, that's probably what.
Christ, there's fucking 48 included sugars in this. God,
that's your fault.
I'm gonna go into diabetic shock now. Jesus Christ, 48 grams of sugar.
Well, what do you expect? It's spicy orange juice.
What?
It's not orange. Spicy orange.
It's fucking pineapple. How is that spicy?
I mean, that's worse.
Pineapple then.
Pineapple is just spicy orange juice. Christ. I thought that was what happened if you drank orange juice after brushing your teeth, but whatever.
Oh my god!
I mean, it could as well, but
the worst
carbonation.
I think I had
That's spicy pineapple.
The worst combination, and this is what my parents used to give me when I was a kid. So, you guys, I don't know why. I think supposedly I had an iron deficiency or something. I don't know. I wasn't getting enough iron. They gave me liquid iron. That shit's gross.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds fucking terrible.
It's gross.
They couldn't just give you potassium.
Not the same, Joe.
I'm sorry, I had to bring
throwback.
That
up. Allegedly.
If you want to find out about that, you need to go back to episodes 5.
No, you said it was episode 5, but I listened to that old episode
5 of season 1. You can.
Pretty sure that's the Joe Hates Bananas episode.
Yeah, that's the one.
Stems in the chat.
Oh god.
Better behave, boys.
So it's like brushing. It was like brushing your teeth and the orange juice, but like 10 times worse. So liquid iron was gross, and then like my parents were like, "Oh, well, here, have some orange juice to wash the taste." And it was just
it didn't do it, did it?
No, it was like it's like you said, it's like the whole brushing your teeth and then like orange juice. I think anything after you do something with orange juice is just bad in general. It's just the level of how terrible it is.
It's like so sugary and No,
orange juice is not sugary. Well, it's sugary, but yes, but it's more, I think, because of the acidity.
Yeah.
So
it's that very good citrus for you to have.
guess. Wish my camera stopped adjusting with the light.
So speaking of weird combinations, you were mentioning something, Ross, about.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna get to that here in a second. First of all, we want to mention that this episode of the podcast is brought to you by our Patreon supporters. If you guys haven't already, make sure to go to patreon.com/permaglitchgaming. Check out our Patreon. See if any of the tiers are something that you'd be interested in. All of that money goes to support Permaglitch Gaming content so that we can keep making more stuff for you, keep the podcast on the air, keep the lights on, that kind of stuff. So yeah,
it's my alcoholism.
It does not fuel Joe's alcoholism, for the record.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, Joe is an alcoholic by choice. We do not fund him. Okay, so anyway, a couple, like 3 weeks ago, I brought up this coworker I have who was convinced that milk and cookies were not a thing, right? And that she just had this really
Talk about conspiracy.
It's just this fucking off the wall thing. She's like, that's not a thing. Nobody does that. Everybody fucking does that. It's how you fucking...
Says,
Oreos are fucking advertised with a glass of milk.
Favorite cookie. It literally says Milk's favorite cookie.
It's a tagline.
One with cookies in it.
Okay, so on that podcast episode, I was talking about how there was something else that she said that I couldn't remember what it was. And we were sitting down for lunch on Monday, and she sits at my table, and we were talking, and it came up, and I remembered what it was. I can't wait for you to react to this. You ready?
Better say it.
She cannot take a shower, go swimming, or basically do anything that, or go to like a water park or anything like that without wearing socks.
I'm sorry, what?
Wait, what?
She is.
It broke up on my end.
She is convinced that you have to wear socks before when you're taking a shower, going to the water park, or going swimming. That's a thing that people do, and it's totally normal.
No.
Does she not see?
No. Stop that, girl. Stop that right now. Take off your
She's
socks.
like, she's totally convinced. She's like,
you're spreading foot fungus all around your feet.
Right?
Exactly.
Like, that's how you get fucking athlete's foot.
Fuck that. Your socks will be wet. That's gross. Nobody likes wet socks.
Like, wet socks are literally one of the most globally accepted worst things that can happen to you. Like, there are literally memes about stepping into something wet with socks on.
Exactly. Like if it's downpouring, you step in a puddle and you got those like sneakers or whatever, the fly wire that goes through. It's all like the running sneakers are supposed to be made breathable, and it's like,
oh yeah.
I just don't like them. Who likes that?
No, she
weird.
Is fully convinced that when you go and take a shower, you have to wear socks. Now, okay, I will say that like if you're going to like public showers, places like gyms, YMCA, stuff like that.
That's what they have those things called aqua socks.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. Is like you can people wear like flip flops or like the aqua socks or stuff like that keep your feet off of the tile so you don't get like MRSA or something. Yeah. That's fine. But you don't fucking wear socks in the shower. Like, how are you washing your feet?
Water in general.
How are you washing your feet if you're wearing socks in the shower?
If you do that.
Wait, is she actually wearing socks in the shower?
Oh, dead ass, dude. She is like completely. She's completely convinced this is a thing. Like everybody, we have a crew of like 30, 40 people, and we're talking about this, and she's like fighting me on it. She's like, no, this is a thing. Everybody does this. And the rest of the lunchroom's like, no, we fucking don't.
Nobody does that. What the fuck? I'm so drunk right now.
She's so messed up, man. Like, I don't know how she got.
Like, I can understand if you're like, whatever, you wear your socks to the bathroom, and then take them off.
But that's
You
not
know,
socks
get a-
in the shower.
No, but yeah, I like.
You're not putting him in the shower and just doing a bath and whatever. What the fuck, lady?
I don't know how she
Take
got
off your
all of
socks.
these weird
Wash your
ass
fucking
fucking
feet.
like
Okay,
perceptions
okay.
on the world, man.
Here's
Like
the
how do
thing.
you get raised and
I'm gonna-
say socks in the shower are totally a cool thing
Okay,
and nobody eats
If-
cookies and milk?
She's so wrong.
What the
If-
fuck?
if she does that in the privacy of her own home and just kept like the socks in the shower thing, whatever. But if she's going out in public and doing this,
I don't know if
I
she's
need-
I
I
don't
need
know
to
if she's
see
doing it in
this.
public.
It's wrong in general.
look,
But
there's a lot of
like
things
she
wrong
said,
with
she
this world in general.
specifically say pools and water parks, which insinuates that she's been to a water park or a pool and worn socks in that situation.
Which I'm probably gonna assume that's because of the whole she don't want to get shit on her feet. Which I'm not gonna say is understandable, but I get it. But still, there's other better alternatives out there that are specifically made for that.
Why
Function?
Because of her,
socks?
she
Why
made me finish
socks?
my drink, and I have no more alcohol.
Oh god,
So-
he's drunk off of one can. That's sad.
oh
I
god.
need more. For
It's
this.
it's such a weird fucking thing. Like every week something new comes up with this chick.
I wonder
and
if
I'm
she's
just
just
like,
doing it
how-
just to
like,
fuck with people.
how?
I mean, it would be hilarious if she was.
Can we make a documentary?
What really worries
about
me
this?
is she has a kid. She's got a kid who's about my son's age. And I'm
Poor
like,
child.
somebody
a-
needs help.
She's an
You need help.
anti-vaxxer, isn't she?
I don't think so.
Oh no!
It would be funny. if she was.
No, that kid will not survive at age 2.
Just like that poor kid's gonna grow up and never having experienced Oreos and milk. Because his mom's like, no, that's wrong. Nobody does that.
Mommy,
But mom,
can I
it
have-
says
No,
milk's
we don't do
favorite grade.
now.
Grab the woman doing the right now to punish the young boy.
Here.
Oh, poor fucking
No!
kid.
Grab the wooden spoon right now. That's a
We don't
pick
believe in
of
milk in
race.
this family.
This. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys because I figured you'd get a good laugh about it. We were fucking dying. Like we couldn't. Nobody believed it.
wait,
Everybody's
okay,
like,
okay, hold on, wait. Does she have a husband,
Jose, I've
boyfriend,
lost
or
your
something?
audio, but did I just turn down my mic too much? I did. Okay, never mind.
Does she? Because you said she has a child, so does she have a husband, boyfriend, or something?
She has.
Because I want to know what he thinks.
She has an
Or
ex.
is he
Is
just
that
like
a little bit too private to ask?
no? Because like
No,
at this point,
she's
it's just
very
like,
open about the fact that she has an ex fiance. She talks about.
okay.
it all
So
the
he
time.
left because of he found out this shit. Like I'm
Probably.
not dealing with this.
Probably.
He's like, I'm not dealing with this. No, I'm going home.
She's like-
topic. I almost thought that I had like a little bit of alcohol on my screen, but no, it's the wooden paint chip on behind me.
God damn it, Joe.
You were gonna lick it, weren't you? You were going to lick it, weren't you? We were about to see Joe turn around and be
might
like,
have.
I'm like, what the hell?
I'm desperate. I'm kind of convinced to do
It's
that.
only noon, Joe. Dial it back.
No, I need.
Your life's
more.
not even that hard. Well, maybe.
Anyway, so yeah,
Shit.
that was interesting.
That's
It
funny.
was
That's great.
something always comes up. We had a couple weeks ago. We had to explain to her we were talking about another guy.
How old
and
is she?
18.
What?
Yeah, she's pretty young.
And she believes in socks for pools, and she doesn't believe in milk and cookies in the combination. What the fuck, bro? What else does she have like a weird combination of? That's not okay.
Well, when we had to explain to her what a DM was for Dungeons and Dragons, she got a little excited. So that was interesting.
did she think that?
Well, because
Dungeons and Dragons
so we were talking
was
about
part of the
we were
Devil's
talking about this
Seed
one guy
and stuff
on
that
the
what she's fucking believing.
what?
Lick
I
your
don't know,
whole
that's like
your
a
wall
fucking
hole.
thing, I guess. Like
Go
back in
lick
the
your wall
80s,
hole.
Anyway,
90s, I
moving
guess.
on.
I don't know. It's actually a thing.
What do you think? Say it again. What was the thing? Because I still can't get over the
Like
fact that this
parents
girl's 18.
believed that if
Oh,
like,
yeah, that
their
was in the
kids
70s.
did D&D,
That was in the 70s.
it was like a satanic sort of
That
thing.
was in the
Oh, yeah.
70s.
I'm sure there's still
70s and
boomers that
80s.
believe it.
Okay, 70s.
70s, late 70s and the 80s. More. It was
Okay.
more 70s though. Like when it
More
first.
70s.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, that explains it. Because like the
I still
parents
can't get over the
went
fact
from,
that this
like,
girl's
their
18 and she
kids
believes this shit.
to have like
Like,
their kids play D&D.
I'm thinking she's like maybe around your guys' age, and then you're like she's 18. She's like,
The crew I work with is actually a pretty young crew for a warehouse.
I know. I believe it. Warehouses are usually like that. I mean, mine.
Well, like I've worked in a lot of warehouses, and this one's one of the younger groups. So,
What are you saying, Joe? Because all of us heard was, nah.
no,
Is
no,
it like
no.
young people that work in most like workhouses? Because whatever.
What?
Is it like, I don't know. I'm so fucking drunk right now.
that wasn't even a sentence. Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck. Bumped my
We
head
did
down.
have the workhouses, and
That's
yeah, you know.
like
I should not. I should not have done this, but whatever. Fuck it.
This is gonna be the whole podcast. Fuck the gaming shit.
Well, like I
Sometimes
told, like you sent that message to us. You're like, I'm drinking on this episode, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. Britt's like, what? I'm like, Joe's drinking, and she's like, why?
That was cognitive me. That was cognitive me.
I still want to see you lick your wall.
Don't. Oh, there you go.
Do it! Ah! He's a slut.
He's
No,
a
the glasses
slut.
are blocking away. I couldn't do it.
You should take your glasses off. Don't use that as a crutch.
No,
You
I
whore.
don't believe in flicking paint.
So, Joe, how's
You don't
comrade?
believe in looking what? Hold on.
Flicking paint, because you know I painted
Oh.
this years ago.
Oh, you painted.
It's probably lead based, knowing
It's
how old your
lead-based.
house is.
Of course, it's like paint. All paint is like that in America. You'll get that in America. Believe in America.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No, true. But it was back then.
There's still a stupid amount of lead paint out there, though.
It's a stupid amount that'll make you.
Still wants to
Anyway.
look it. Anyway.
So, Joe, I need to know how is comrade Kim Jong doing?
He's either dead, but we don't really know about that. But I'm gonna guess he's dead. But I could be wrong about that. But I could be right. He dead.
I figured you would know since you and Putin hang out with him all the time, right?
No, it's mostly me and Putin and all that. Kim is just at his own thing, just doing his nuclear launches that fail all the time and all that.
Actually, I watched a funny thing
Actually?
about Putin the other day because I watched a lot of cooking shows. So I was watching Hot Wings.
Oh God, hold on.
with-
I get back out of this.
What?
Where's he going? He just
Maybe
fucking left the chat.
Maybe he's giving up the shit.
He's like, I need to go. I gotta
Sorry,
go.
hold on. I'll be right back. Oh God, I don't even have my mic on. I'm so sorry.
So anyway, I was watching Hot Ones, and they had Gordon Ramsay on, and this where they eat the wings and they go through different stories and stuff. So there's a segment where they pull up pictures and stuff, and ask him about. So they had a picture of him, and I forgot who he was with. It was another chef, and then they were meeting Putin. So basically, he cooked a lunch for Putin. He said that was the most traumatizing experience of his life, because it's like it's one thing to cook for somebody, but it's one thing to cook for a world leader who has like the ability to kill
just
you.
kill you.
He doesn't like
There's,
he doesn't like this shit. So it was crazy. The whole story was insane. He was like I cooked. I thanked them. I did whatever I had to do, and it's like I couldn't wait. He's like I couldn't wait to get the fuck out of there.
There's a story out there about Putin meeting Bill Belichick, and Belichick was showing him one of his Super Bowl rings or something.
Uh-huh.
And Putin was like, "Can I look at it? Can I hold it?" And Belichick's like, sure, here. For those of you who don't know, Bill Belichick is the head coach for the New England Patriots, 6-time Super Bowl champion.
Crappy team.
Something like
but
that.
Anyway.
Talk about gay ass sports.
Anyway, we're talking about Putin. Anyway, so he gives Putin the Super Bowl ring, which is worth several
Did he try
thousand
to keep it or
dollars.
something?
No, he did. He put it on and walked away. And his entourage just like kind of surrounded him and walked away. And Belichick's like, well, I guess I don't have a Super Bowl ring anymore.
Wait, who was this person?
Bill Belichick, the head coach for the New England Patriots, meeting Putin.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
gave
pretty
him
sure.
the ring, and Putin was so like, "Ooh, fetch
Yeah,
the
this
ring."
is Putin's like,
And
yeah,
just
this is
gonna
mine
walk
now.
away.
And just puts it on.
Yeah.
Was this recent?
I don't think it was
No.
recent. I'll see if I can dig up the story.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
I had to step out. I had to help my mom with her work thing, just making an email because yeah.
So this was in 2017.
Fairly recent.
Oh, he stole it. Okay, so it was not. I apologize. It was not actually Bill
real ring.
Belichick. It was actually Robert Kraft, the owner.
The owner. Oh yeah, the owner's like, I don't care.
Wait, who was Robert Kraft like?
we
I
just
don't
said the
making
owner.
for like the sports team or
He
whatever.
owns
just
the New
said
England
the owner.
Patriots.
I'm
The
sorry.
guy who got in trouble for going down to Florida before the Super Bowl and getting in trouble with
I
the
haven't
hookers and
heard
shit.
anything about that in a while.
No, that money paid for that. Like that under the
Just shh, be quiet about it.
yeah. So really mad Voltron's ear broke off.
Yeah. So yeah, Putin just like, yeah, this is mine now, and walked off with it. So
I'm gonna say this
Crazy.
guy.
I'm pretty sure Robert Kraft's like, yeah, I can
Before we
deliver.
get into video game news. I probably should not drink this, and it's gonna be a funny ass episode. So
anyway. So
Yeah.
speaking of gaming news, let's get into some of that, huh?
we didn't even talk about video game news. We were talking about sports.
We haven't talked about it yet. No. So you're like good 30 seconds behind the rest
It's
of the
only
conversation.
microtransactions in those sports games. Stop it. Okay, let's
Anyway.
get on the real video game news.
Anyway,
Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff going on this week. The gaming industry is
Assassin's Creed Valhalla! As you were saying.
the gaming industry. You're not allowed to drink on the podcast anymore, Joe.
No. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
The gaming industry is starting to pick back up again finally.
It's having
Now that
two
COVID's
balls
starting to
now
dial
go
back.
around.
So we've seen a lot of announcements and teaser trailers this week. Specifically, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is taking the
Like,
most
literally
credit right now.
An hour ago when it first showed up for Assassin's Creed Valhalla for like the trailer.
Falala.
Valhalla. Valhalla la 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 la.
Sound like
Only
Falala.
demands it.
So yes, Assassin's Creed is going to be taking place with a Viking setting in
Yes.
Valhalla, which is the Norse heaven, I guess.
Yeah, it's Norse Heaven. You fight, you go back in the pub, you drink some more, you eat, then you fight again. Repeat.
So
It But first you have to
killing me,
die
Joe.
in battle and get hot babes to carry you off to Valhalla.
So I haven't actually played any of the Assassin's Creed games, mostly because I didn't have the right. Well, mostly because I just wasn't
Mindset?
interested in them.
Yeah.
I tried to play one of the first one, and I had
Yeah.
no idea what the fuck was going on.
I hated the first one.
Yeah. So
It was glitchy. It was okay. It just didn't. I like the series for what it is,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just like, yeah, the first game doesn't keep up from when it was opened in 2007. Yeah, 2007 when it first came out.
The last one was Origins, right?
No, it was Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Okay, what was the setting for that one?
It was
Roman.
Greek times.
Greek times, Greek Roman.
Yeah, Greek times. No, just Greek times. I think there were some Romans, or I'm thinking that the Greeks were in Origins. There was like some of them, but that was Origins is fucking great, and also Odyssey. But yeah, the last game was Odyssey.
Okay. So what do we? So from what I understand, the Assassin's Creed series is based off of this guy who works with this corporation to go back in time through his DNA or something to kind of go through the past.
It used to be that way. It used to be that way, like in pirate times, like the colonial era.
Yeah, we had like pirates. We've had
Black
American
Flag
Revolution.
and Rogue. Yeah, that was like some random guy that worked in Abstergo when they were doing like entertainment video gaming stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But in Odyssey, Origins, Odyssey, and maybe in this other Valhalla game, it's played by some female character. I forget what her name is because I'm that drunk. You don't even know like the first person guy is for Black Flag and Rogue, who that guy is or whatever. But it's played by some female character that's reliving other people's memories and all across other timelines with with Origins, obviously how the Assassin's Creed first originated, and Odyssey, well, that kind of was a little bit different because it was before the Creed was originated from, but it preludes to that. It's kind of weird in that, but it was still cool for what it was. But Valhalla, we don't know much about it yet because it was just a cinematic trailer. We don't know if it'll take place in modern times, which I don't.
Well, it's not going to take place in modern times, Joe, because
No,
it's
no,
in Viking setting.
No, like in all Assassin's Creed games, you get back into the original era. It's
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, because stupid shit. Nobody likes the reality setting at all. We just want to go back in time and do Assassin's Creed shit. Okay, that's what we want. And since it's taking place in Viking times, if they're gonna take place with like the gameplay from both Origins and Odyssey being all RPG and whatnot, it'll be a great game. Valhalla is.
So from what little I saw, I didn't get to watch the full trailer before we started the podcast, but it looks like this conflict is focused on the Viking encounter with the English monarchy.
Yes, it is.
So what are your speculations for the game, given that the Assassin's Creed games are typically accurate historically?
Yes.
It looks like this time we're on the, and again, I don't know much about the other Assassin's Creed games, but it looks like this time we're on the losing side of history, generally.
I mean, the Vikings died like a long time ago, or whatever happened to them. But yeah, it basically is. But we don't know if it's at the ending point of the Vikings yet, or it's like the very beginning of how the Vikings started, or somewhere in the middle. We don't really know about that information, or at least I don't know because right now I'm drunk as fuck. But I'm sorry, Jose. It's just like, fuck you, man. Stop.
Nobody knows. You act like you're the only one. Like Nobody knows
like-
right now.
You're like
We just
humble
had a
bragging.
trailer.
The
It
Vikings
literally
are
just dropped the
fighting
trailer
Knights.
today.
That's what we wanted. I'm good to go. Just give me gameplay first and know that it's RPG mechanics like what you did in the past 2 games. And if it is, I'm signed up.
I wonder if they will incorporate some of the mechanics from For Honor into that, like the play style.
Hmm.
Change it
I
up.
don't
It'd
know.
be
if
interesting.
they'll do
Well, I
because
mean
it's
that would
Call of
make
Duty.
sense because like I feel like I mean, and again, we don't know much because all we've seen is the cinematic.
Instead of the usual, just I mean, I think it would make the gameplay like you still have your RPG elements, but like you'll have the fighting elements.
maybe it's not
especially-
so much sneaky stealth as it is.
Yeah,
hand-to-hand
because I
combat.
can't
Well,
really
mean,
see.
never
I mean,
was
yeah,
really when Odyssey came out because you can do like whatever, just engage in conflicts however you please. But if they do implement the For Honor mechanic of like how they do like fight scenes, it could be interesting.
yeah. So at least like major, not like so much like little minion fights, but like if you go up against like a boss or something, or like a good mixture it will be interesting. Like I could still see there being like stealth parts, not super stealthy, not like full on solid snake stealth, but I could still
Well,
see.
it never was really after like Odyssey came around.
Yeah,
Engage in fights, and you could win that with ease if you were that good enough. But
Yeah.
it didn't really.
Didn't they roll out the leveling with the enemies in the last one? Kind of like kind of Division-esque.
like they
Yeah, that's basically what they've been.
they
doing,
scale
except
they
with,
scale
like,
Yeah.
their-
They've been
Yeah.
rolling that out. Like, I know that was a Division thing. That was the first time I saw it in a Ubisoft game.
yeah. Which is actually not bad. It
No,
makes
I
sense.
like it. It adds because the enemies scale, right? So you're
The
constantly
scale, and then I know like they at least I know with the Division, their tactics kind of changed a little bit
Yeah.
when they were higher level, because you can fight the same enemy, but he wasn't going to be like doing the same moves and stuff.
Exactly. Well, because
At
they
least
introduced that mechanic into Far Cry New Dawn.
Yeah.
But it wasn't in Far Cry 5.
No, that it wasn't.
Yeah, and
That-
I loved it in Far Cry New Dawn because it wasn't like, okay, I'm just gonna grind all these side missions and get the
No,
best
like,
weapons, and
you
then
evolve
blow through the
along-
story. It was I'm gonna get the best weapons, but I'm still
to face off
challenged.
against- Yeah, difficult like fights here and there with some of the enemies because they're scaling against you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With you, I should say.
So
not against
I really like that.
Yeah, they scale against you. We're going back to. I'm negative. You shot me. Ah!
Yeah. I really like the scaling mechanic in games because it just keeps them interesting. It's not like
That was a thing in Halo 2, though. Actually, leveling. Oh, I hated that.
Yeah, I don't know about the leveling part, but yeah, you
No,
do face off against
if you-
tougher enemies.
No. In multiplayer, you can level. So like you can have like be a level 50 rank, but then if you de-level, like you'll be like 2, but you still have, it was weird. I hated it. It was annoying. It's before your time, youngling.
I was gonna say, Joe, we
Wow,
never, you and I never finished Halo 2 together.
What are you,
because
25?
The fucking
20?
Iron Skull.
Yeah, I'm 25, but
You're 25.
I live as a teenager because I'm drunk right now.
Joe, Jacob, you're 25, 26,
Correct.
27. 27. I don't know what the fuck
25.
you are. Okay.
It's
I
25.
don't even know who my siblings are. So I was watching a video because it was funny. It was like it was 21 years ago, and I thought of you two, and like, damn, you guys were like 4. I was like, what am I now? I was 15. Well, no, was I 15?
Age is a number.
It
Gaming
is.
is now and forever.
No, is it? Because I mentioned stuff you guys are like, huh? Speaking of
Anyway.
gaming, I'm about to make a crazy investment when I get paid from my stock, if it's still available. So my buddy, he has a store. He got in the other day some gaming watches, You know what Game and Watches
I
are?
saw those.
No.
Yeah.
Did you? Well, Jacob, you follow him.
Yeah, I saw
But
them.
they're
No,
the
no, no.
lot
Explain what gaming
amazing.
watches are, Jose.
Game and Watch. The
It's-
precursor to the Game Boy.
They look a lot like a Game Boy. That's what I thought they
That's
were.
where they actually got the
Honestly,
idea for
that
the dual
Donkey
screen.
Kong one, I thought it was a Nintendo DS cover at first.
That's what I'm saying. That's where they got the origin from the DS. So I basically inquired, and he gave me the price for them. I'm like, I don't have the money now because I spend all that fucking lovely, wonderful government money on Transformer toys and shit. However, I told him if it's still available when I get this money, I'm buying it because one, it's something I've never owned and I've always seen it. Two, they're in fucking pristine, immaculate condition for whoever had those. So that's pretty damn awesome. And I want one of those.
Just
It
make
comes
sure
with
you
box
get
and
your-
everything.
That's
Make sure you get your
awesome, and I
PC
feel
fixed
pretty
first.
blessed right
No,
now.
I got my shadow running up now. I'm good.
But what about that ray tracing though? That's the future of
Oh
gaming.
my God.
I'm old school.
Okay,
dude.
so, We've got
That's a great attitude.
we've got a guy in the chat,
Stay
Jakiran,
off,
and he would
Jose.
probably I wanna run this by him because he plays a lot of games like WoW, I think. I could be wrong, but so they are. I'm getting like glare from the fucking sun through my window. Somebody published an article. I'm trying to see who it was. Wowhead.com published an article that the newest article. I'm fucking tired.
And I'm drunk right now. I think you'll survive.
All right, drink.
He's got you. He's got you on that.
I can't.
So,
I'm empty.
on that note, Joe, STEM says that there's going to be a new drinking game that every time you say you're drunk, we have to take a drink. Unfortunately, I have to work
Just
tonight,
let
so I'm
me
not going to
get
be
my
doing that.
whiskey, and yeah, we'll just make up the date and time. We'll do it.
All you say is the word Joe. Drink. Okay, let's go. I don't need any reason.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Fuck yeah.
Boy.
God.
But anyway, as you were saying,
So Wowhead has announced that the Shadowlands is the new expansion for WoW that's coming
Coming
in
soon.
2020.
supposedly,
Apparently, they're enabling ray tracing, which
it's gonna look
is
amazing.
something that you can do with the new GTX cards. Is that right?
Yeah,
The last
the
time
20
I checked, yeah,
the
GTA
2080,
the
ray tracing.
2080s and whatever 2060.
So, like,
The newest line of video
I'm
cards.
still relatively new to WoW. I've only been playing it a little bit. I'm not great.
With
But
your
I
little
don't
baby
understand
legs, yeah, like,
why you would want to put ray tracing into this game. Like,
Why
everybody's
not?
seen...
I mean, it looks amazing if you have it on high graphics.
If you
like,
did it
dude,
with WoW, you could do it with any.
I mean,
other
look
WoW.
how amazing Minecraft's gonna
Yeah, it
look.
looks
I'm not saying it's
fucking-
gonna be on that.
Exactly.
I'm not
looks
gonna say it's
fucking
gonna be on that
great.
par, but like,
I gotta
if
go...
you play
Hang
WoW
on. I gotta go
graphics on
close these blinds.
No, come back.
Ah,
The
blind!
set for you. Linkin Park song, you fuck.
What?
You never.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
There's a song that has like
Sorry.
some will set for you. I think it was Shadow of the Day from Linkin Park.
What does that have to do with
Sorry,
anything,
it's
though?
part of the. Sorry.
Joe, just
No. I'm not talking.
you're literally spitting out gibberish, and we have no
Okay.
the fuck clue what you're talking about.
Let's focus up here. Okay, so
I'm talking
ray
about ray
tracing-
tracing. You're talking about Linkin Park song from like
He
20.
had to turn down the blind or something.
I had to close the blinds because there was light bouncing off the car from across the street, and it was hitting me in the eyeball.
You have your fancy sunglasses on. You'll be fine.
Shut up,
You
Chad.
got a point.
They're not sunglasses.
We know,
God.
but they do this. They pretty much do the same thing
No,
without
they
being
don't.
called sunglasses.
No, they
Yes, they
don't.
do. They cut the blue light.
Blue
Polarized
light. I'm
sunglasses.
still getting the rest of the light in my fucking eye.
Listen,
It's blue light
sunglasses-
blockers.
Sunglasses.
God.
Block polarizing lights. It's just pretty much the same thing. Tomato.
It also
tomato. But anyway,
darkens. Anyway, so
tomato, tomato. Same thing.
World of Warcraft ray tracing with the new graphics cards.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs it. I think the WoW aesthetic.
Stop being a boomer. It needs it.
You don't even play it, motherfucker.
Ray tracing is the future, man.
It needs. It doesn't need it, but it's nice to see stuff. Really, like the game's really nice. Blizzard does a really well job. Their artists
Yeah.
do a really well job in designing the game and all the aesthetics and the cinematics and stuff. I mean, the cinematics look amazing.
Yeah.
In general, and like, hey, if it's in there, it's going in there. That's like saying, oh, they don't need support, but they're putting it in there after 15 years because it probably wasn't available or it wouldn't work out probably how they wanted to then. But like, seeing as what they've done with like Diablo on I can see them. I mean, because
Like,
honestly, Final Fantasy, Sony has done it, or Square, I should say. Square has done it because
with the remake of
Final-
Final Fantasy.
So
Final Fantasy 14, you can play on PlayStation 4 with the controller.
Okay.
I've actually played it.
Real quick,
a little more difficult, but not too much.
Real quick, Jin Karen in the chat says that ray tracing will not affect cinematics, as those are pre-rendered videos in local files and do not rely on the graphics.
Oh no! It won't affect shit in cinematics at all. The gameplay, it'll look.
Can't even fucking take him seriously right now.
I
don't want to affect shit, man.
It's gonna be an interesting episode. You can't lie.
So like we talked about ray tracing in Minecraft, and like I'm not a huge Minecrafter, but I enjoy playing it sometimes just as kind of a decompression game.
That music makes me sleep.
And my wife plays it a lot because she's super creative. So in terms of video games, it's something that she actually does enjoy playing. So when I showed her the ray tracing video, because that's the one when you Google ray tracing, you get Minecraft. That's just what it's usually applied to. I think it looks fantastic in Minecraft, and I would use it if I didn't have to drop fucking $3,000 on a 2080 graphics card.
Yeah.
Good shit.
That's why I pay what I do for my shadow, because
so you can do that shit. Yeah.
Were they implementing ray tracing in Shadow, and is it going?
Yeah, not they actually just started their tier system, so they have the current tier, which I kind of have right now. It's actually is basically like having it's pretty good. I forget what the specs are, but it's pretty good. But then they're coming out with 2 more tiers. The top tier, which obviously will be a little bit more expensive, but it's actually still not that bad. Will be like equivalent to having like ray tracing and all that stuff in there, so be quite interesting.
I smile more when I'm on stream when I'm drunk.
No, it's about the same.
I smile more. I feel happy.
Okay,
I'm happy.
So let's talk about
anyway.
And we've got STEM here today in the chat again. So
what? His wife let him out? Does work know he's fucking around right now?
Why aren't you working?
Does work know he's fucking around right now?
Why aren't you working?
So a lot of people have been up in arms on Twitter lately. All of the Warzone players, because they have removed bounties from the Warzone game. Now, from what I understand, bounties are, you go and you kill X player and you earn some cash from it. You're bounty hunting, basically. You can then use that cash to buy drops or revive your friends or self-revives or shit like that. So,
straight vibes right now.
A lot of people are salty about this.
Yeah.
It was different.
I liked it. I mean, I think it's a cool mechanic.
It was different than, other games like Fortnite and whatever.
Fortnite?
Apex and all that in PUBG, because they're just straight, PUBG.
Kill them until you survive.
Literally, you're survival shooters, like, you first or dead, Same thing with like Fortnite, and Apex and all that. So they each have something different, but like the bounties are what?
You get more cash to buy.
Not even the
more
cash. It's
things.
just it's a different. It's not it's an objective. Just not survive, shoot people, win. But here's like okay, we're gonna throw in you need to kill that person, you need to kill that team, whatever. So it's objective within an objective, and an objective within an objective, which made it different. And it was pretty cool when but like now they're like, oh, okay, we're just gonna get. So now like, okay, now you're gonna be like every other battle royale game.
Shooter.
I like the idea of the bounties because it encourages
war engagement.
Yeah, it encourages engagement. You're not a bushy boy like in Fortnite where you fucking
you're not major pussy like I am in any battle royale games. As you were continuing,
Joe threw himself under the bus there, but yeah, it encourages you to engage the enemy. It's a risk reward thing, which is why I think Warzone is doing so well. I like.
And the whole gulag thing. I mean,
the gulag too. I mean, you've got
you
die.
Watching somebody on the gulag die, Stem, is funny as shit.
Yeah,
it's too funny, especially when he gets
Stem. Stop getting back into gulag.
I think I made the comment that gulag video he put out was the most times I've ever heard him swear, like ever, in like the 2 years I've known this guy.
Sorry, Steph. That was just funny.
You're a good player, Stem.
Like the three of us, we have freaking mouths like a sailor. But Stem is a good Christian boy, so when he kept losing in Gulag,
yes, Stem. Fuck it.
I was watching some crazy Gulag videos. I seen a guy killing a rock.
I saw that today. Yeah.
Did you see the one like you're waiting to get in? He ended up killing the dude with the rock. I was like, damn.
Yep.
I mean, hit it far enough and hard enough at a guy's head. Yeah.
Joe's like, I killed a man once.
No.
That's why Joe's hiding out in like the.
I wouldn't admit that if I wasn't drunk.
That's why Joe lives in the middle of New York. Nowhere can find him. Isn't that the outer rim
of New York? No.
Joe basically lives in the outer rim of New York.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's funny? Remember we were talking a while ago in Lake George, the amusement park? You guys kept saying it was
Six Flags. Yeah.
But it wasn't Six Flags because I was watching a video about roller coasters and stuff. And it was called something...
Oh shit! What was it called? What was it called before?
It wasn't like Six. It wasn't Six Flags.
Like Grayscape.
Yeah, before it was. No,
like
it was called something else before Six Flags bought it.
Because like I said, last I went there was in '95.
Yeah, because the Comet roller coaster that's there is the original coaster from the original park.
Yeah, I was watching a thing about roller coasters, and I was like, "Oh, that's the one I've been to." Because they filmed Last of the Mohicans up.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a cool
at the fort, not at the park. Whatever fort is
Fort
up there.
Ticonderoga.
William Henry?
Yeah.
Oh, it could have been William Henry.
I don't know. Whatever fort is in near Lake
William Henry's a hotel now, though, so it was probably Ticonderoga.
They filmed a part of Last of the Mohicans up.
Yeah. That's fucking cool.
It was probably Ticonderoga because Ticonderoga is the only one that's still actually a fort. William Henry is just a conference center now. Also, I'd love to see the chat try and spell Ticonderoga. I'd love to see you guys try and spell that. That'd be funny. Fucking New York City name. Names of cities in New York are fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
Like I remember when Brit flew out with me to New York for the first time. We were driving up the Northway, which is the main interstate there, and she was trying to figure out how to pronounce like Schenectady and Syracuse and all those names.
I can't believe Schenectady was an actual name. Like I heard it on The Office, and then I heard it on a commercial guy talking about traveling and stuff. It's like, oh, it's a 3-hour drive from Schenectady to into the city or whatever. I'm like, it's a real thing, huh? I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's a real city, and it's a fucking bitch of a name to try and spell. I still can't spell it
right. Kickapoo. That's actually a real town in Michigan.
I believe it.
It's hilarious because if you ever watch Tenacious D in The Pick of Destiny, he comes from Kickapoo.
Yes.
And I was like, Kickapoo. I'm like, whatever. And that's actually.
Well, I've told you guys that there's roads out here in Boise. Well, not in Boise, but in Idaho. There's Frozen Dog and then Chicken Dinner. Two different roads out here. Shits and giggles.
I'm pretty sure we have some weird ones here. I just can't remember.
That's weird.
But anyway, yeah, it's
hilarious. So, what do we want to talk? We got so much to talk about. Should we talk about Cyberpunk's rating?
It's rated M. It's borderline.
I don't know if it's going to be M. It might be adults only.
No, it wouldn't be adults only.
The rating, yeah, it's definitely adults.
There is so much shit on
it.
There's
around for what
there's no game that's going to be published that's going to be adults only that they're going to be able to buy because most places don't sell adults only. They'll put some stuff up.
But did you see
it's like a PG-13 movie. A PG-13 movie allows one fuck.
Yes, one fuck.
So that's how they get any more than that, and it becomes rated R. So that's how they get away with it. Like, okay, we have to strategically put this word somewhere in your movie. So they're going to strategically do things like, okay, it's rated M for mature.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there was an article released by who is this? LAD Bible regarding the ratings. Somebody named Idle Sloth tweeted out all of the stuff that is on their list, which is very long.
Yeah, it was like screen grabbed.
It was a screen grab. So I'm just gonna roll through here, and I'd love to know what the chat thinks about what the rating will be. I personally think it might ends up being the first adults only game we see in a while.
No, it won't because they won't be able.
It'll definitely be M rated. They just will cut down on like what they want to do. Or
nobody would.
It's gonna be M rated anyways.
So, well, we've got weapons without violence, moderate or hinted use of illicit drugs, weapons with violence.
With a sword? Oh
no, it's just you have like you're carrying around a gun. It's like it's a weapon, but you're not using it. So then there's a weapon that you are using.
Whatever. Okay.
It's still gonna be violence.
There's criminal action without violence. Description of consuming illicit drugs.
Give me that money.
Derogatory language, verbal aggression, violent acts. This is an interesting one. Sexual pleasurement.
We all know about that coming to Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Consuming of illicit drugs, violent description, exposure to danger, exposure to death corpse, which I'm assuming is just a dead body.
Thirst shit.
It's like, hey, get up, you're dead.
Get up. Poke a stick.
Let's see.
But here's the thing: they make it sound like it's bad, but this isn't like.
I'm not even halfway through the list yet.
Well, I know. I read the list. But like, you look at it, like, okay, this you see in games, they're just more detailing it.
Yeah, probably. It's probably a higher level. It looks like there's a rating after each one.
This has to probably, and I just thought about this. This probably, we see it as rated M for mature. Back, they'll put it real generic, like sexual acts, violence, whatever. But for them to probably get that rating from the ESRB rating board, probably have to specific detail everything that's in there. And then I guess they'll make the decision.
And that's
what you need to cut this out. You need to cut this out. Below this can't be here. Okay, fine. That's now that I think about it, it's probably what it is. It's probably more detailed listing for that ESRB rating board. So when they get their rating approval to be M or whatever, that's what they have to like break it down. That's like
Yeah.
you getting a manual for something, and it's like you ever see the cheap manuals you get when you build like a shelf or something. It's like, oh, put this into here, this into here, this into here. But I'm pretty sure there was probably a more detailed version, like, and then like, okay, well, we got to simplify this. So that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
As I'm looking at this list, they have like in parentheses after each bullet point a like everyone 10 plus, 12 plus. So actually, as I'm looking at this, all of the like even like okay, so like the sexual pleasurement is 12 plus. Like in my head, like as a parent, I guess, I'm like, oh, that's got to be like an 18 plus thing. But the actual thing that's only 18 plus on this list of like 15 to 20 bullet points is a cruelty. Cruelty? How did I just forget how to pronounce that word?
Anyway,
so like
I'm
they
drunk
have
right now, and
they've also got like suicide, intense sexual relation, mutilation, consuming illicit drugs. Those are all 16 plus. What's interesting is there's a difference between intense sexual relations and just sexual relationship. You go from 14 to 16 there.
Maybe it'd be like kissing or something to where full blown out sex. I don't know. That's like 0-30. That might be what they mean by that.
I don't know.
I mean, because sexual relations, maybe kissing, touching, whatever. But like
10 years ago, this would have been an adults only game, probably.
Oh yeah. Intense would have been like full penetration.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much more intense it would get.
Well, I mean, like you look at like the Mass Effect series, and they got a rated M rating for all of their sex scenes, and then you've got like The Witcher, which is another CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, definitely Witcher.
Yeah, and Witcher was CD Projekt Red, which is the same studio that's doing
company
this.
That's making Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah. So I mean, I can't say the title of it was let me see here.
We don't fuck around.
Paul Sasko. I'm not sure who he is. Retweeted Idle's last tweet and said, "Are you surprised? We don't fuck around." No. And Paul is the lead quest designer for Cyberpunk. And he was previously the senior quest designer for The Witcher. He's also an obsessed gamer and a salsa dancer, according to his Twitter profile.
Oh shit!
I think some of the hardest jobs in any type of MMO game or whatever is like quests and then side quests. And like, how do you just like you need to come up with like, okay, what's a good idea for quest? It's like,
fetch quests.
It's like, okay,
it's gonna be.
It's
all
like
that.
We have this, and then you probably like subcategories. Every one is like this. Like, how do we do this? It's like I don't know what's worse, making quests or writing lore for a game. I think writing
lore
can be intimidating,
especially like I was telling you, Jacob. I'm just using WoW as an example. Wow, that lore is insane. It's so in depth, and then you have stuff like stuff with the Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. It's just like in Game of Thrones. It's like you got to remember it. It's like you wrote and like okay, and then you start writing side stuff, and it's just like, how does this tie into like the main stuff or whatever? So it's like that's an intense job,
Look, all I'm saying here is the Eagles would have sold everything if you just went straight forward to the Mountain of Doom in Lord of the Rings.
Maybe. That's like
Sorry, Brittany just showed me a new shirt that she got while she was at the store.
I'm drunk right now.
It says, "Hi, Britt. I'm drunk right now." In front of the camera there.
The man, the myth, the legend.
And then it says like, "Dad."
I guess that's for her dad because that's definitely not for you.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
I thought it was funny.
No, he's like, I guess that's for her dad because it's definitely not for you.
Oh.
I like her reaction. She's like, oh.
Also, Joe, according to STEM's count, you're owed about 4 shots right now.
I don't have no more alcohol on me, unfortunately.
All right.
What
Well,
if Joe just banged his head in the wall like, "Need alcohol." Like, oh shit, that would be.
I've
weird.
done a few times, so yeah.
Is that
where do you
little
think that
rip
hole
tip?
came from?
That little rip.
That
I thought
fits
that
his
was-
nose.
I thought that was his pleasure hole.
No. Oh,
Oh my
God.
god. Fuck no. Jesus Christ, dude.
Well, you were the one fucking talking about crossing swords. Fuck. On our
Wait,
chat, on our chat, you said something about crossing swords. I'm like, does he know what that means?
No.
Oh, no, the game.
No.
The game.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Shared that, Jose.
Was it a game?
No,
Yeah.
it's a show. From
I don't know
the,
what
Chicken People. Seth Green.
Oh, the show. I didn't know it was. Well, yeah, that's what. If
Why were
that's
you
what it's called.
shaking your head in the chat when you?
Because of the way you said it, and I didn't realize. I didn't know what.
I'm making.
I didn't know. What
Oh, I
the name of
see
the
it. I
show
see
was
it.
called.
I see it. I'm looking
I didn't
back.
know what it was called. That's why.
I'm looking
I
back
just-
at the chat and I see
It
it.
showed at the very end. It was called Crossing Swords.
But still, that's what they mean. But it's still funny. But
Yes.
Did you guys see that Seth Roiland, or Justin Roiland, excuse me, is making a new show?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the
coming out on
polar
Hulu.
opposites or something.
Yeah, I'm
Solar
actually-
opposites.
It looks fucking good. I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah,
May 8th, man. I think it is.
Yeah, May 8th is when it comes out.
so next
Say
week
hi, Braxton.
he's enjoying that cookie.
No, he's got a French toast stick.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah. Tell me about
Yes.
it.
Super sugar.
Oh, it
That
smells. I'm
blind
gonna
is so
after we get done with the
blind.
podcast, I'm making myself one because it smells freaking delicious.
I'm going to McDonald's afterwards because I just want to talk about.
Okay, bye. Love you.
So I think if we should cover some next stuff, but we should do it like rapidly, like
Yeah,
because I know we still have a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
we're
but-
like over an hour right now.
Yep, we are. That's
Yeah.
okay.
It's all right. It's fine. Trust me, because I've listened to some other podcasts.
It's not like you're
too,
gonna
and
get anything
Like
done
2
today.
hours.
and it's like
I
Oh,
have
you're
indie
sure.
games to play.
Yeah, okay.
I do.
Your ass is gonna be taking a fucking nap.
I'm gonna be taking a nap.
I
I
need
was
to
up to,
take
like-
a piss before I take a nap.
I,
but,
I was up to like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning playing WoW.
yeah, I know. I saw the messenger chats after like saying like, "Oh, you're up at 4:37." What the fuck, boy? Holy shit!
Got nothing to do.
All right, so I've got
But anyway,
we got a couple things left to cover. As I'm kind of filtering them out here based on interest. Let's see. So The Last of Us Part 2 download. So The Last of Us Part 2 has been
More
Blade.
importantly, it was leaked.
Oh, that's right. It was leaked. Fill us in on that because I remember seeing that article, but I don't think I read it.
Basically, it was started off as rumors, but yeah, the people behind it, Naughty Dog, basically said, yeah, it was basically leaked. They basically confirmed that it was a definite leak to story plot points that are so crucial. What happens and all that. And I
Yeah.
listened to a few things here and there, which I'm not going to spoil because I'm not an asshole like that. But yeah, it's definitely a leak that happened.
Yeah, it's like all of the articles I'm seeing is after a Google search here is like spoilers because it's all major plot points for the story. So
Yes.
I mean, I'm not going to read it because Brittany loves The Last of Us. Like,
But I can't play it because Sony's fucking bitches.
They made the franchise.
They
You
own the
need
company, so why-
PS4 or PS5?
can you get Last of Us on PC?
no,
No,
they
It's
should.
only
but no.
PlayStation.
It's only PlayStation
only
I
PlayStation.
wasn't sure. Sometimes it's on
Because
PC.
it's
Sometimes.
first party.
No,
bitches.
I think is PlayStation Now on PC.
I can say that.
I don't know.
Check if PlayStation Now is on PC because I know PlayStation you can actually use your controller.
I don't know.
I think
if
they
they'll
have
actually
some.
have the games on there except for
Okay,
like,
so quick Google search says that there is a PC version of The Last of Us that is available to play through PlayStation Now, a streaming
so,
service
yeah.
on Sony.
Yeah,
It's
they
not
have- they
available.
have-
It's not available on PC natively as it's a PC port, but you can play it
But if you
on
get-
PlayStation Now,
so
and
you
it
would pretty much have
costs
to
$12.99 a month. So if you really wanted to play Last of Us,
and I think they have.
Stream it.
I think they have. Well, I'm actually going to buy the PC version of Horizon Zero because I
Yeah.
love that.
Again.
well, but they're coming out with the second part.
To play 2 games.
No, it's
There's other stuff on there.
when it comes out.
I gotta find that PlayStation adapter. So then I'll buy a controller for my PC.
Yeah. So anyway, it's the game. The game got leaked. Major plot points of the story. So basically, don't be careful where you're looking on the internet.
Don't look it up. We're not gonna say it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, because we want to play it at some point. But anyway, the download for the game, apparently, according to IGN, is 100 gigabyte download minimum.
Yep, like Red Dead comes with 2 discs. I just read this morning.
Yep.
Probably the download install disc and then the play disc. So that tells me games are just getting. So why are
Too
these companies
massive.
putting out like this affects like to me this affects PS5 and Xbox Series X. Why are you guys giving us shitty hard drives when your companies are making games that are like 100 gigabytes plus?
Because
let's say
they've partnered with hard drive companies, like Xbox is partnered with Seagate.
But that's fine. You can be partnered with whatever, but give us a bigger hard drive. Give us like a 2 terabyte hard drive
Well, didn't
or
they-
a 3
You know what
terabyte
I'm
hard.
like thinking like why there's so much like terabytes and all gigabytes in all the like video games. It's usually because it's all the audio stuff, like all the music and all that. Like some graphics, yes, I would see it being like 50 gigs, but it's like all the extra stuff. It's basically like.
So
all
you're
the
telling me
music and all that.
that if they took the music out of Halo 5, it would be a 500 megabyte game?
Not 500 megabytes, like gigabytes.
So in the chat,
That's not
basically,
even gigabytes for like any of
So you're
the-
trying to say that everything in the
That's
game has to do with music? Because that's literally what it sounds like right now. Take all
I'm
the
saying,
music
like,
out,
that
and that's where the
current
majority of the come from.
I'm saying like current games.
So
Not-
basically, what it
not
comes
the
down
level
to.
design, not the characters in it, not the AI, not the any type of design whatsoever. All the music makes no sense.
It wasn't hard before when making all the other
Well,
games.
see, and that's what I was
But
gonna.
it was different. Technology is
Will you
different.
guys let me talk for a second?
No.
Compression. Compression. Okay? The chat is talking about it right now. Compression has gone out the window for games. Okay? Look at games such as, like Jim Kieran says, look at games like Skyrim and Fallout that have hundreds of hours or more content, yet are smaller downloads.
Stop it, Bethesda.
Fallout 4 was what?
What do you say? Stop it for? That's a good thing that they made smaller download.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah,
was.
but they still didn't fix their glitches in 76.
They did.
No,
Ish. They did ish.
they didn't.
Well, I can't say go home drunk because you are home.
They didn't.
I can't believe this is all for one beer. This is sad. That really is sad.
No, it was 4 3/4 of a beer, remember?
Or whatever.
I
Does he
drank
know?
all of it. I wish I
I
had
just,
known.
well, I agree with you, Jose. I feel like because these games are getting bigger, the companies need to start providing larger basic hard drives. Like, yeah, it's easy. It's not overly expensive to get big hard drives. I just bought a 5 terabyte hard drive for $100. Okay, that's not like, and because these companies would be technically buying bulk, you know, they would get a cheaper price to install them in their fucking consoles. Like, if you've got these partnerships with, like, Xbox, Microsoft has partnered with Seagate, why is it so hard to provide a decent sized hard drive to install these games on?
They want
At
more
least this is why I like what Sony does, because at least they give you the option that, hey, here's the hard drive we provide, but we know it's not going to be big enough. Let's make it so that way it doesn't ruin your warranty. You can swap it out when you need to for a bigger hard drive, and we're okay with that. Whereas Xbox is like, no. That's the only thing I don't like about Microsoft. No, you can't have big hard drive. And then I have like the external one, which I'm fine with, but I'm like, I don't need to keep buying external hard drives,
Yeah.
And like the Series X, don't forget they've launched that expansion card.
Yep.
Which is just a fucking memory card, guys. We're going back to PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360.
PS2 and Xbox.
My thing is, like we talked about a while ago, what's the price on that thing going to be? Like if it's the price of a
terabyte.
Game,
it's a terabyte of data.
That's what I'm saying. But you got to figure it's a terabyte, and after it's formatted, it's probably like 700 and something gigs. So I'm okay with that, and I'm okay with if it's the price of a game, $60. But if it's more than that, that's totally ridiculous. For that, unfortunately, they're making it also with the external hard drives will only work better with the Xbox X games, not the Series X games, One X or they were. So, but at least, like I said, that's why I like where Sony comes in and says, "Hey, we're going to put this as a removable hard drive, but don't take it." Even they said it. Don't take it out in the very beginning because there's not hard drives that are compatible with our system yet. So,
okay.
I just like, yeah. I mean, what freaking? I think Warzone. I saw people complaining on Facebook earlier this week. Warzone just had like a 90 gig update or something like that.
15.
Was it 15?
It was 15.
It's like, and even some of the like 15 gigs. Okay, not that bad. But I've seen some, like there was freaking, Joe, you remember this, when Fallout 76 launched, okay, it was like 50 gig game or something like that.
Yeah.
And then like their first patch was another 50 gigs.
Yep.
What the fuck is with that? Like how?
Well, that's.
I remember talking about that and being like, I basically just reinstalled the fucking game.
Well, that's like Halo 5. Halo 5 is.
Yeah, it was definitely 100 gigs that game, and holy fuck, the story was shit.
Yeah. But a lot of that you gotta figure probably half of that's the game, or maybe not even half, and then the other rest is all the multiplayer and stuff. Yeah.
So Stem says that for the total storage of all the Warzone updates, it's pushing 100 gigs. Joe, wake up.
I can't.
I'm gonna go record videos today. No, you're fucking not.
So quick next topic. You ever had something of yours just given out there for, just published? Like, oh, here you go.
Joe's had some nudes leaked.
Ugh, I'm scared.
You'll never find my
Brittany coming in with the zinger.
The only thing that would turn on is a fairy.
So what I was talking about was 505 Games Indivisible.
Wait, what is she saying?
I can't hear her over Jose, if I'm honest. She's yelling at you. That's
I know.
Oh, here she comes. Here she comes.
The only thing that would turn on is a fairy, and even they would look at you and go, "Bro, what's your?"
You don't know.
She says, "You don't know me." Uh-oh.
Oh god, here we go.
Wanna bet?
Yeah, exactly. $50 right now.
Joe betting $50. Oh my god, I would like to.
Fucking a high roller over here.
I know.
Okay, so anyway, Indivisible.
Anyway.
Let's yeah. Jesus.
Their game just put out on the Nintendo Switch eShop with the wrong version. And they're like, wait a minute, this is not right because it hasn't been updated. It's basically their version when they released the game. and doesn't have all the fixes and stuff and like that. And they didn't even know it was even got put out on the eShop.
Nope, they didn't. So
Indivisible was just like, bloop.
Indivisible is a game that was put out by 505 Games earlier. Was it earlier this year or was it late?
Late last year.
Late 2019. We actually got a key to do a video on it, which unfortunately we haven't done for some reason.
Jose.
To be fair, Joe, it was a PC Steam key, and it was an indie game that you were supposed to cover, but your ass was dragging fucking tits trying to buy your PC.
Jose.
Don't put this on me. You're the indie gamer.
I saved that key for 3 weeks waiting for you to buy a computer.
Yeah, well, you know what? I bought the game, so I will review that at some point with my hard-earned money. F you.
With your feet pics money? What? You know what's funny? I think
What STEM? Do you want to do some games or something?
I think we should start an OnlyFans page for Joe.
No, we're not doing that.
No.
Why not? Feet pics.
They don't even subscribe. People don't even subscribe to our Patreon. Why would they subscribe to his OnlyFans?
Because it's Joe.
No. I wouldn't stoop that low.
Yes, you would.
For that shitty
No.
content?
See, Brittany said she would pay for it.
No.
It's only feet pics, but not asking you to do nudes. I mean, that's your preference.
Never do feet pics because that's
STEM says he would subscribe to your OnlyFans, Joe.
You know what?
Stop
We'll
it,
get
Stan.
Joe. We'll get Joe like. You know what's funny? We'll get Joe like 2 beers or 2 of those whatever fucking 8 cans he just drank or whatever the hell. And he'll do it. He'll be passed out, and we'll just take the pictures of his feet and just start the page from there. We don't need his, just have it go
Anyway.
to our page.
Hippie Gaming came in at the wrong time there, but anyway.
Sup, hippie?
So yeah, it basically Indivisible released late 2019 for PC, and it's on the Xbox Game Pass right now. So it's out there, but it, like Jose was saying, it got released on the Nintendo eShop without any knowledge of on the 505 end. Yeah,
basically.
So they're just kind of like,
What the
okay,
fuck?
it's released, but it's not the right version. So it's like now do they have to scramble to get like the right version out there, or they're just like, okay, people just buy it and
well, I feel like pushing
a Cookie Mama situation.
What?
You don't know about that? Like 2 weeks ago.
I didn't hear what you said.
It was like a Cookie Mama video game.
That was
the Cookie Mama.
That was debunked. That was a fake thing.
No,
somebody
it actually released. I had like the physical game at my store, and it was being released, but it was quickly taken down.
Yeah, it was taken down, but the developer issued a statement saying, "No, we're not using this for Bitcoin mining." Somebody, fake news, Joe. Okay, fake news.
But it happened though.
Yes, it did happen.
Copies. There was on the eShop for like 3 hours when it showed up.
And then it got pulled down.
Obviously.
Because of these Bitcoin mining allegations, it was pulled down. But those were later debunked by the publisher. So
yeah, there's like
I'm assuming it's back out there.
The publisher and like the developers over that.
But yeah, either way, to have your game
released without knowledge, yeah,
it's just like, oh, well, okay.
That's a freaking nightmare. Sorry, Braxton's hungry and he's kind of fussy.
All right, so we'll just shoot these real quick. So the next thing is the whole tennis stars, such as Serena and Venus Williams and other celebrities, are doing a virtual tennis tournament with Mario Tennis for charity. That's pretty neat.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool. I mean, the winner, everybody who participates gets $25,000 just off the bat for the charity of the choice. However, whoever actually wins it, I believe it's doubles. It's either doubles or singles. It doesn't really break it down. But whoever wins it, who actually ends up winning the whole thing, gets an additional $1 million to donate to their charity, which is pretty cool. I think this is an awesome idea. Mario Tennis is a fun game. Be pretty neat to see. So, quick list of the participants here. You got Serena Williams and Gigi Hadid, Naomi Osaka and Haley, Venus Williams and DeAndre Hopkins, Maria Sharapova and Carly Kloss, Kai, I'm not even going to pronounce this word, Nishikori and Steve Aoki, Madison Keys and Seal. Seal, who the fuck wants Seal doing anything? That's so random of a celebrity. Not offense, but I'm just saying it's really random. Taylor Fritz and Addison Ray and Kevin Anderson and Ryan Tenhill. So it's pretty star-studded event. This is going to be pretty interesting. So I will look forward to seeing that because I actually love Mario Tennis. Fucking suck online because people are beasts on that game, but that's whatever. Back to Call of Duty real quick. If you watch Call of Duty on Twitch for 3 hours, you get stuff.
Yeah, but we had a community member who watched Valorant streams for fucking 4 days just to get an early access key.
Real quick, I watched that game. I don't find that game appealing. It looked very boring.
It's just CS:GO meets Overwatch,
and I don't understand why people are like, Valorant. I don't understand it. So, but anyway. So it says Call of Duty Modern Warfare will give you streams. You have a week to watch 3 hours of Call of Duty streams. So it says beginning from April 29th, yesterday, to May 6th, players can watch various Call of Duty and Warzone Twitch streams to earn exclusive in-game loot. It's kind of like what Mixer does with whatchamacallit, Smite and all that. But
they do it with Smite and Paladins,
but you can't watch enough of it because they only give you like for every hour one. It's not really bad.
It's like every 3 hours you get 12 points or something like that.
It's really terrible ratio though. But anyway, yeah. So they'll reward you with different things and like a calling card and stuff like that. So that's pretty neat. You know, they're getting into that whole hey, we'll give you stuff for just watching. And I'm okay with that. This Kill It With Fire game, it looks amazing. I want to try this demo.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So it's basically a game where you fight a spider any way you can in your house to get rid of it. Yeah. We have to put that trailer up for people to see.
I'm working on pulling it up right now.
So it's hilarious. And it comes out in May, but there's a demo now. And like just like watching the trailer, you see like the guy assemble an arsenal of like guns, fucking axes and flamethrowers. I think Molotov cocktail was in there to kill a spider. So basically, like real life scenario to some people. Me and spiders don't bother me. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I think that's pretty much it.
This Killing With Fire game looks fantastic because basically it looks like you're just like running around your house trying to find the spider, and I mean it gives you. It gives you a gameplay shot of all the weapons that you have.
Yeah.
And it's fucking ridiculous. And I kind of hope this is a multiplayer game because I think it could be fucking hysterical. Where somebody plays the spider and somebody is the hunter, basically. The free demo is actually available on Steam right now. I believe that's what that was, but
yeah,
it looks pretty interesting. I'm excited about it. So,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
Speaking of hunting, what are we doing tomorrow, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Sniper Elite 4.
We might do some Sniper Elite 4. We could do that.
Fallout 76.
I was thinking maybe we could do some Trouble in Terrorist Town on Gmod.
Okay.
Whoops.
I gotta install that. Hold on.
Video started playing on my end. My bad. But we gotta get some people from the chat and from the community who want to play with us. But I think we could have some fun with that leading up to Jackbox.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, we got anything else to talk about?
Joe needs to drink more because it's funny when he's drunk.
Maybe not on the podcast though.
Oh no, it has to be on the podcast.
I'm doing it.
It has to be.
Well, we joked about getting him that keg when you guys ever come out here.
Imagine. You ever see? You know, if you want to test him with a keg, you need to get him the Heineken keg.
The what keg?
The Heineken, the mini.
Oh
keg.
yeah, we sell those too.
You need to get him like that because look how he is with just can, which equals up to like 10 beers or whatever.
Well, that's why I'd have like if he only drinks the cider, so we just have the cider on tap basically. He could just pour himself little cups of it. So
he's just drinking.
Well, here's the thing: like he drinks a bunch of little cups. He'll get more fucked up than he does off that one can.
Of course, everybody knows that. That's like when I went to a beer tasting a few years ago. They 10-ounce cup or something like that, and you don't notice it because you're thinking, oh, it's just a cup. But you're drinking different beers with different volumes of alcohol in it. They get you pretty messed up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna be it for today. Sorry, Braxton's bringing me his sippy cup and the gallon
That's
of milk.
fine. Yeah.
He wants his milk.
He's
the
thirsty.
chocolate.
He's thirsty. So yeah, I think we're all good.
Oh,
So
I got one quick thing real quick.
go for it.
I just happened to look up what the games for the Xbox and PlayStation were, and I looked on the video on YouTube, and it has so many negative thumbs down. So for the games with gold for this month, which are shit by the way, but they're always shit. The video on YouTube, if you go look it up, has about 2,700 thumbs up, but 6,900 thumbs down. That was hilarious. They are crap games though.
Yep.
They are crap.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, you see, right?
Let me pull up like the actual. This is for May, right? Or
this is for this month. Yeah, coming up. This is for May. I just happened to look it up before we started this, and I want to bring that up. Like, damn. I mean,
V Rally 4, Inquisitor, World of Soccer, and
then Overlord 2. Yeah.
Isn't Overlord that game where you go around and club seals?
I think so. Yes.
I just know.
I might actually play that one.
I mean, Overlord 2 is probably the only game on there that. But everything else is. But yeah, if you go look it up on YouTube, Games with Gold, Xbox Major Nelson, all that, the video has so many thumbs down.
Yeah, I can't.
But yeah,
remember.
that's all I got.
Hang on, buddy. I haven't filled it up yet. I can't remember the last time I downloaded a game with gold. I know you want more. Hey, go take this to Mom.
I did because I like Sonic Generations one just to have it. So, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we're all set, and we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Sorry, my he's tired. He's really frustrated.
That's fine.
So tonight's Thursday. So tomorrow we'll be doing some video recordings. We'll probably do some live streams. Friday night, as always, we'll be probably doing some more Jackbox. So be sure to tune in for that. Saturday, probably some Gmod with the community. We'll see. But yeah. So thank you guys for hanging out and watching. We really appreciate all you. If you're watching the video, the audio version of the podcast will be available probably Friday afternoon. So you guys can check that out. All right.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
Later. Joe struggling.
I need a test real bad.